Hello, everybody. How's it going? Happy Friday. um, I'm excited because it's like the end of the month, and that means it's gonna be a new month. And so a new month means new goals. I learned maybe about 40 games in April. So, when I have my top 10 next week, there'll be plenty of good choices. Michael maybe hasn't learned as many. I know I'm off center because I don't want to get in the way of the chat. Hopefully people will start chatting, but I guess I can worry about it later. Okay. This is better? Is this better? So yeah, just a bunch of games we've been playing. Ja. Think. So yeah, I am actually going to be going home next week. So next Friday is actually going to be postponed. And by postponed, I mean we're gonna have it earlier. We're gonna stream next Fridays on Thursday instead. Michael and I will have our top 10s next Thursday. A brand new month. That is right. No, this is home. Okay, I'm gonna go visit my parents and my grandparents next week in Maine. And so we won't be having a next Sunday stream or Friday stream. So yeah, that's okay. And yeah, what else was I gonna say? So if Maine is home, New England is just one big state. That's right. Yeah, it's New England is home. That works. So Thursday, Michael and I will have our top 10s. Sunday, we have our deck building night, which we have to get everything in order. We have to have Michael play Super Motherload so he can play on the stream. And we're gonna organize Dominion, make sure it's all set to go, and then we'll see what else we want to play. I'm not originally from Maine, no. I don't talk like a Mainer. All that is very true, very true. Wednesday night we will be playing Chai Tea for Two, which is going on Kickstarter next week. Oh, hey, Shrey, thank you. I gotta move that out of my face. All right, down here. I always forget. There's always one thing I forget to do. Shrey! Which Dominion expansion are you going to play with? I think Renaissance, because we haven't actually played with that one yet. I think that's the one I haven't played. So maybe Renaissance. Renaissance? Think so. Yay, Shrey! Michael and Hand Steph can stream while you're in Maine. Well, I will be traveling at this very time in 7 days. So I will be on a plane. Otherwise, I probably would have just waited and done it on Friday. But because of that, we're just going to do it a day earlier. It's just all around easier, in my opinion. Maniac. Michael's hand version. Oh, okay. Yeah, Michael can do me That makes sense. Yes. Shrey subscribed for 9 months. That's crazy. That's so crazy. 9 months. We're almost at a year. Do you think we'll hit 1,000 followers by a year's time? Maybe. 4 days remaining. Yes. Okay. All right. Cool. Hi, Weirdman. Hi. Kitty's happy to see you. Small friend. Small friend. Yeah. I mean, so not much else going on. I have a new monthly challenge up right now. I'm starting it early because I'm gonna have next Sunday not happen, so it will give people a chance to use their channel points a day early. And I'm not gonna have a challenge versus challenge this week because again I won't be here next Sunday. So small friend, you make it 32 days. I will have to extend it. The most you can do is 30 days, Michael. So I will have to extend it. I know. But there is usually an option to extend. So. Space-themed game sounds like High Frontier. It does sound like High Frontier. However, no. Every day helps. Every day helps. That's right. Well, I figured it's going to be super popular and that people will want to see some space-themed games. Whatever we come up with. And it will probably get funded. However, no. This is my chance to try and get Michael to play Gaia Project. Oh, man. That's so funny. Probably not going to happen. I wonder if we could play Outpost 2-player. I would love to play Outpost. Maybe we could play that when Dan's here. Dan said he's going to come visit, so we'll see. This is my chance to get Steph to play Battlestar Galactica. Maybe. Maybe. Sounds like a fair trade. Despite science fiction being my favorite genre, I only own 5 space-themed games. Trey, that's still enough for a space-themed game night. That is odd. I would have thought you would have more. I know that there's a ton of space-themed games in this collection, so. This is my favorite. Yes. So we'll find some games to play. I'm sure we'll be able to find some. The people just have to submit their channel points to make it happen. Otherwise, we'll play space-themed games here and there, but we're probably not going to dedicate a night to it. So Catan needs 3 people generally, but if it can play 2 players, then maybe. Could play Starship Catan. There you go. Bryant is like all in for the space-themed 2,000 channel points. Boom! Just like this. Oh, look, it's the human eaters. That's me. I'm a human eater. We could play Not Alone with Meeple Grande again. He just keeps coming back to life for more games. No need to extend it if we hit the goal quickly. That was my thought, Bryant. That was my thought. Matt also contributed 2,000 to the channel. Nice. And Shrey. See, everybody wants to see those space games. I knew it. Wicked smart. Wicked smart. There's always some cool space-themed games going on. I'm sure. Wicked smart. Weird in. Right in on it. Trey cool. Yeah, I mean, so Michael's first thought was Galaxy Trucker. But there's a ton more that we could play. Super Motherload. Oh, wait. That's deck building. Everyone else is doing it. Just follow along. I gotta have a sheep emote. Why? There's no sheep emote. I'm like, why does nobody have a sheep emote? Happening Sunday. Just another Sonic Sunday. Do you like Clank? Clank in space! I do like Clank. We were debating on playing Clank in space for deck builder night, but if that doesn't get played, well, we could possibly play that on a space theme night. Trucker would be a good choice. I've seen very few of the expansion stuff. Well, we have at least a few expansions. I don't know if we have all the expansions. I think Michael has them all, but I really don't know the expansions that well. But we could try. You talked about playing Clank on stream yesterday. Nice. I like Clank in Space a little bit better than Clank, even though it is longer. I like it more, which is weird because I don't generally like space-themed versus fantasy-themed more. But it's actually funny because I prefer the space Gaia Project as opposed to Terra Mystica, and I like Clank in Space as opposed to Clank. So there are cases where I do prefer space. Also, I like Star Realms as opposed to Fantasy Realms. It's weird because I like the fantasy theme a lot more than the space theme, but sometimes the space theme just works better, or the game is better. You learned Space Base with Time Roller, and I love that game. I haven't played Space Base just because I didn't really like Machikoro very much, so I'm kind of like, We have Jump Gate and Jump Drive. What's Jump Gate? I do know Jump Drive, obviously. I don't know what Jump Gate is. But I believe you when you say we have it. I believe you. I believe. So yeah, we got the space-themed games, a game night planned if it funds, which I figured it would. Hi, Eclectic Camel. Welcome. I really want Nemesis, says Michael. If anything, we can play with Scott Ferrier at the gathering whenever that happens. Or whenever we go back to see some friends in the Northeast. We could try it with Scott because I know Scott loves that game. And I'm sure all of the miniatures are painted. So I bet it'll be a pretty cool experience. I know you want it, but if we wanted to play with somebody who already knows and loves it with a painted set, we could do it. Michael's like, no, roar. He just wants it. He doesn't want to play it. He just wants it. Whatever. All right, well. Thanks, Shrey, for that subscription. I can't believe it's already been 9 months. It feels like it's been like 3. We do play a bunch of games. I keep track of all of like the YouTube links in a spreadsheet, and every time I open up this spreadsheet, I'm like, I have to scroll. It's been like, I don't know, 250 games or something. I don't even know. It's so much. We've played so many games already on this channel. It's like, and we only stream twice a week, but we still play all the games. Hey, Bree, welcome. No play, just want. That's right. Thanks, Raph, for contributing to the monthly challenge. Thank you. It's going quick. Everybody wants space theme night. So yeah, I'm glad I did that today. It's usually I wait till the new month before the new challenge, but I'm like, I don't have any challenges this week, so let's put out the monthly challenge for May. So there we go. Michael, teach her how to add rows to the top of the spreadsheet. I know how to add rows to the top of the spreadsheet, but I have it all in alphabetical order. I don't know. It's just easier to scroll. I'll just scroll because I have them all like... it's fine. Maybe I could add to that. I don't know. I have to figure it out. I was thinking, okay, so we've been learning a lot of smaller games this past couple days. So we might just have like a whole bunch of like small games on a stream just to play a bunch of smaller stuff that take like, under 30 minutes to explain and play. Small games. Control area. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I should look into that. Control arrow keys. Yeah, sure. That makes sense. I'll figure it out. It's just it's getting to be crazy because we've been playing so much. So, yeah. It's good though. Also, end arrow. Okay. Well, everybody can teach me. That's cool. I'll approve. I did a spreadsheet in high school and hated it. Oh, I just saw frames drop. Why? I didn't do anything. It's probably my laptop just being a jerk. You didn't notice anything? That's good. I just hope that my sound is still in sync. That's all. Oh my goodness. All right, so getting to the games that I played this week. You bits the internets with the monster teeth. That's right. All right, so we recently played Summoner Wars. I hadn't played Summoner Wars before. I'm sure many of you have already played Summoner Wars before, but there is a new Master Edition that came out, and Plaid Hat sent me this game to try out. I know Michael had played it, I think, digitally, so he can't include it on his new to me list because he's already played it. I think that's how it goes. So yeah, it was fine. I think, I don't know. I guess I kind of prefer other kind of dueling games. Like, I guess I would rather play a game like Unmatched versus Summoner Wars, but I think Summoner Wars is interesting. I just think there can be a lot of downtime while people try and plan their turns, and then you're kind of sitting there. I mean, because you don't really know what you can plan and do on your turn until the other person has moved, right? So until they've attacked everything, and then you don't know how the board state is going to be at the beginning of your turn, so you can't really plan for your turn until it's your turn. Now, that's not to say, like, I didn't hate it or anything, you know? So it's like, I liked it more than a game like Magic, for example, but it's not, I mean, it's certainly easier than something like Magic, because I still have no idea how to play Magic. And games like Magic with the card and all these things that are happening, it's just, and everybody's like, oh, just play Magic, whatever, it's fine. And it says Master Set, yeah. So, I mean, I thought it was a fine game. I thought it was beautiful, so maybe the older Summoner Wars wasn't as pretty, I think, is what people are saying. And I got a few comments saying, wow, it's so pretty. You know, so I haven't seen the original Summoner Wars, so I can't really compare. But I should play Magic, yeah. Yeah, it was worth trying out. I'm not sure it's like a game I'll ever be like, oh, let's go play Summoner Wars. I'll never do that. It's not really my type of game, so yeah. Drink. So another game we played was Wordsmith. If you're into word games, which I totally am, I really like word games generally. Wordsmith is a letter crafting, word building game where each round you roll dice to get pieces of these of letters. And then you're going to try and use these pieces to form the letters to make the words. In addition, you have your own die. So during the actual round where you're building your word, you can roll a die and get more pieces. Now, you don't want to go overboard, because if you make a word that don't include pieces, you're going to have to cross out some of your free spaces that might otherwise get you points if they aren't checked off. So you're trying to do that. Roll the dice for pieces. And then ditch the pieces, yeah. And so you're trying to make these words using these letters that you've created. And it's interesting. So if you've played a game like Decipher, which is also from Heidelberg, they're both similar. They have these pieces that will form letters that you're trying to create these words. And so they're different types of games, but it's interesting how they use these pieces to make letters, and I think it's really fun. Decipher, great game. Push your luck. That's right. And I definitely pushed my luck in one game of Wordsmith where I just kept rolling my die. I'm like, I need anything but red, and I'd be like, red, 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 and I had like 10 red pieces. I'm like, no, I don't want red. I need anything else. I need just like, and so I'm like, what has all these reds? Okay, N, the letter N had 3 red pieces, so I'm like, nanny, because I had like 5 N's, 3 N's. I was like, banana was one of my words, banana. Like, so, banana, exactly. Meeple Grande said, Spell Smashers. Spell Smashers is a great game. It's actually on my unplayed shelf, which one day, maybe when Dan's here, we'll play that. Because Dan really likes word games, so I'll get a bunch of word games played. I'm not sure Michael likes word games. I don't think he hates them, but it's probably not his favorite. But I don't know. I would play Spell Smashers. I just gonna say that name wrong. Smell Smashers. Smell Smashers. They're not my favorite. I'm good with words. Smell Smashers for the win. Or how about Smell Splashers? Just adds an L into the splash. Splashers. I just want to say smell. I don't know. It's not. Can't get anything right. But I'm really excited because in my 3-player bin that I have over here, it's growing every day, there's a game called Alice's Wordland, I think it is. Alice in Wordland. And that's a word game, but you need 3 players. So I'm like, oh, I just need more players, and then I can play it. Spash it. Spashers. So Alice in Wordland looks really cute. Obviously, I love the theme, and I know Dan loves the theme. So whenever Dan comes, we'll play that for sure. I'm excited. Smell Smashers has a lot of take that mechanics. You get a whiff of something and just like it's over. It's like, take that. Oh, take that, Steph Monster. Steph Creature. Thanks. Oh my goodness. Okay, well that takes me to my next game, I guess. My next game that we played on stream last week. Maybe, Sunday? We played Unmatched Little Red versus Beowulf. Drew, nom. Little Red versus Beowulf. We played it on the stream. And I actually probably rate it lower overall in the Unmatched series. I've played the original, the first volume. I've played Cobble and Fog, and now I've played Little Red. So those are the only 3 that I've played. And out of those 3, I think Little Red was the weakest for me. Seemed unmatched. Yeah. Well. So I definitely really enjoyed Cobble and Fog a lot more, just because of the theme, if for nothing else than the theme. But I did not really enjoy playing Little Red. I did not like her ability. So for me, it's probably ranked a little bit lower. A lot lower. It will be ranked on my New to Me blog on Monday, which I'm currently in the process of creating and working on. I got a lot of work to do this weekend. You didn't care for the base game, but you did enjoy Cobble and Red. Is it a new game, though? Not really. It's an expansion. But it's not, because it's a standalone, so I'm putting it as its own thing. It's not, but it is. But it's not, but it is. So I'm doing it as it is. Which is weird, because I don't think that I have Villainous as its own thing. But that could also be its own thing. I don't know. It's like really hard. I don't know what to do. But I am making it. It's a unique game. But I think I do it for Funkoverse. I don't know. We're just gonna have to go with it. Hello, Plumpy. Welcome. We're discussing whether or not Unmatched Little Red versus Beowulf is an expansion or not. It has its own mechanics. It has its own players. It's different. It's an expansion, but not. Weirdness says I'd count it standalone expansions if the game plays different enough. It counts. There's just it plays the same, but it's different. New character powers, but not new mechanics. I don't know. Can you buy it on its own and play it? Yes, you can buy it on its own and play it. It's a standalone game. I mean, it has doors, but other than that, yeah. You can do that with Villainous and Funko too. That's correct. Because I have that one, so I'd call it a standalone expansion. Similar to the Villainous expansions and similar to the Funkoverse system. Well, that's how it works. You're the Steph, and the Steph chooses. Be consistent. Be consistent. Be consistent. Well, I have to go back and see where I put Villainous, and I have to go back and see where I put Funko. It's been a while, but I can find it. That's right. I'm the mistress of chaos. Don't you forget it. I have no consistency. I'm consistently putting out blogs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's right. That's right. You be you. The hell with consistency. That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness. I mean, I could go back and look, but I feel like they're individual games. We played them as individual games. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, cool. Anyway, what else? Okay. This is a topic that we'll probably keep coming back to because there are several games, like we said, Funkoverse, Villainous, Unmatched. There's probably more. HeroClix probably falls into this sort of realm, where, you know, so it's like Dominion Intrigue. That's a standalone game. Every Magic set. Yeah, I don't know. It's not, but it is. But it's not. You're buying expansions to the system rather than the expansions to the base set. Now I'm just making it complicated. No, Michael's making it complicated. Mm-hmm. That's right. All right. Well, have you met me? Whatever the base set is for Unmatched, it's not clear. Volume 1 could be considered the base set, but I don't have it. I do have Cobble and Fog now. And I do have Little Red. However, we played them individually, so it's not like we mix and matched them yet or anything. So it's like, Funko doesn't have a base set either. Yeah. And technically, Villainous doesn't need a base set. Yeah. Think of this way. What way? So there's no real base set. Standalones are technically also additions. But if you haven't played the first, you can always play it as the first. Weird Ned, stop making sense. It's ridiculous. Be on my side. This is the way. Okay. I'm not changing it now. Sorry, Michael. It's not happening. But pure expansions can't count because you could never play them without owning the others. But if you play a standalone expansion before the base game, wouldn't the base game now be the expansion? Exactly my point. I think it could go either way. This is the way. Yep. I agree. Well, that's food for thought. That is food for thought. Okay, so the next game that we played is called A Gentle Rain. Gentle rain, gentle rain. And we played this on the stream. We had a pretty cool hype train moment during that game, the first game on the stream, and then we had to play again because we, in my opinion, we lost really hardly. Really hard. We lost really hard. We were just slammed. We got a score of 7. We didn't even beat the game. We couldn't get all the flowers down. So it's a solo game. It's a solo game, but you can play cooperatively with people and you pull tiles and place them. It's very light. It works. I don't think it like stands out or anything, but it's a beautiful game and I'm, happy to play it whenever. Our best score is 11 out of 12 out of a possible 21, which I think is pretty much impossible to get a perfect score. But they said, hey, it's possible. So I guess if you get really lucky with the tile pulls, then you might actually do that. It works, not high praise. I mean, I don't really rate it that highly. If I rate something between a 5 and a 7 in my primary rainbow spectrum, I think the game overall it is a solid game. There's no like major problems or anything that I see. There's, it will work for a number of people, the right group, that sort of thing. It doesn't wow me. It doesn't wow me. If it's rated like a 7 and higher, like 7 is that fine line where it's like, is it a keeper? Is it not a keeper? Probably not. If it's a 7.5, it's generally always a keeper. But there are better games out there. And so this falls in the primary rainbow situation where I think the game works. I'm not really excited about it. I'm happy to play it. It's very fast. Now you need to put rainbows on screen while talking about the game. Somebody else mentioned that that I should put rainbows in the blog when I talk about the blog, when I talk about it on my blog. But it's like, it sometimes takes time to digest on what I want to rate it. And I don't necessarily want to give it away in the blog, what where it falls in my rating scale. But that is something I could consider. Then it takes away from the monthly ratings. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I mean, somebody else also had suggested that I put rainbows like in the blog or places. The big reveal. Where does it fall? Where is it? How did I rate things? That's why that blog is so popular. Everybody likes to see what I rate things because I'm pretty harsh. Oops. Yeah, this month had a bunch of 5s, 6s, and 7s. It was a lot of that. I think there was, yeah, a lot of 7s, a lot of 6s. Yeah. Hey, there's still today. I still have time to learn more. I still have time to learn more today. What else? Okay, so Michael and I played Mini Golf Designer. And then we played it on the stream. It was so fun. This game is super cute. I love planning my mini golf course. I think that's a really cool theme. Sorry, Weirdnin. Yeah, I think honest is a better word than harsh. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. So Mini Golf Designer is a tile drafting and placing game where you are trying to form your mini golf course as you would if you were going to go mini golfing. You know, you want to have the start and then have your ending and then immediately dump you into the next hole, which is the start of the next hole. And so you're going to try and build your like network, your circuit of holes. You're going to have 9 holes and you're going to try and fulfill the demands of your clients. And so it's clever little game, and I am anxious to play this with more players. 2 players was great. We've had a good time playing it, but I think with more players, you'll see more tiles. You can kind of get a little bit more fun with your design, if you will. You could pick a harder course to try and map out, because at the beginning you're going to get blueprints, and you're going to try and, you know, make the course according to your blueprint. So I think it could get quite challenging. But Michael's like, I loved Mini Golf Designer. Definitely a keeper. Someone geek mailed me and Michael and complimented us on being respectful while being critical. And yeah, that was a really cool geek mail. So yeah, but yeah, Michael's gotten a lot of comments on YouTube on how well he does the rules and everything, so that's cool. You know, it's always nice to hear things like that when, you know, looking at the videos. But yeah, Mini Golf Designer, really, really a solid game. Somehow flew under my radar until it was mentioned to me that I should look into it because I would probably like it. And yeah, I missed that Kickstarter, so it's good to spread the love of this game because I do think it deserves a little bit more attention than it's getting. So glad we could show it off. Yeah. Michael says, yes, compliments really mean a lot. Let us know if we're doing the right thing. That's right. That's one of the things I like about you, too. Oh, we appreciate it, Weirdnin. We love having you here. Yeah. All right, so the next one I want to talk about is Rainer in the house. Is Rainer in the house? Make sure Rainer's not here because it's not. I got some things to say. I played a game called Origins: The First Builder. So Origins: The First Builder is the next big box release from Board and Dice. The game will run 3 to 4 hours with, 3 or 4 players, so be cautious of that. It is, what's the word I want to use? Let's just say there's a lot of punishing things in this game, and that is not something I like in a competitive game. It's fine for me if players do things that will disrupt my planning. I like that in games where there's like interaction and stuff. What I don't like is when there's a mechanic that just ruins you. Like, it's punishing. So like It's one reason why I didn't like Agricola, because the food punishment is just too harsh. It's a reason why I don't like Archipelago. It's the game is just harsh while people are being harsh as well. And it's just like a pound down, you're just going to get pounded on, and it makes me feel not good. It's a not good feeling. It's very frustrating. So the whole time I played Origins First Builder, no, it's very, very, very different than Le Havre. Le Havre is fine because I can take loans if I don't have it. Like, I don't feel the punishment as I feel in other games. Vanuatu, same thing. I just don't like that type of punishment. This game, Origins First Builders, has a lot of punishment. I had everything planned. I had my idea of what I wanted to happen, and then I was always one thing short of where I needed to be. I would get run over every time. And so it was 3 hours of punishment, and it was horrible. I did not have a good experience with this. It's not to say that it's a bad game, because it's not. Tons of people are going to like this game. But for me, it was a very hard learning curve of a game. And I will try it again. But I'm not like, if I'm going to spend 3 hours playing a game, I would play one of the other T games. I'd play Teo. That's not even a 3-hour game. I'd play Tuantasuyu. I'd play Tekenu. I would not choose to play Origins, which is very sad for me because the game is very beautiful. Let's see. What did Weirdness say? Oh, she's talking to Michael. Okay. It's always discouraging to watch review of somebody who just being a negative or disliking something versus someone who can say, here's how it is. This is what I like and dislike and why. It's just not for me. Yeah, that's true. I try and not just be negative, but yeah. And I know people will like it. And that's fine. I mean, there's always somebody like it. There's people who like Black Angel. Fine. They can. Except the rare exception is Super Yum. What are you talking about? Oh. But we don't really show off games that we're not too fond about. Like a game that I'm going to talk about literally next. So I will talk about that in a second. There are some that shouldn't be shown. Well, yeah, I mean, so if I'm not feeling a game, we won't show it. And Origins, I don't think would be a game that we show. But then again, it might be better 2-player than it was 3-player. I mean, so with Origins, Derek had played 3 times before. Rainer had played, God knows, a million times. Rainer's still very bad at the game, though. Is what he says. But Derek scored 246 points or something like that, right? Rainer scored 110 points. Something like that. And there I was at 43 points, at the end of the game. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't ever do what I wanted to do because I was always one thing short, because if I needed that one thing, okay, well then I needed to go get that one thing, and then I would have to use my other action to do what I wanted to do originally, except now my dice is too low, so I don't have the wisdom I needed to make it happen because I didn't. The whole game is just very frustrating. It was very frustrating for me. So it was, I feel bad. But yeah. What a super. Did you wake Bryant up with the Super Yum comment? Are we talking bad about Super Yum? We would never do that. Never. What was it in BG Stats? What's the thing you tell James? Top score. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Personal best. Yes, that's it. Oh, personal best. That's a personal best. 43 points. Personal best. That's right. You gotta keep it positive. Makes sense. Why waste your own and others' time showing you you're less enthusiastic about it? So, okay, so here's my example. My next game that I want to talk about is called Umbra Via. Umbra Via is a new Pandasaurus game. It's abstract. I guess there's auctioning, bidding-ish mechanic in it, which I actually appreciate that. But the whole thing about Umbra Via is that it's super bland. There's nothing really interesting going on. It's just is. It's a game that just is. I don't even think it's particularly pretty. I think the black and white tiles are ugly, but it makes the colors pop on the board. I get that, but it's just like, yeah. I like auctions. I really actually like auctions a lot, but the thing is, any tile is fine. I'm not. You're pulling these flowers from a bag, and some of them are worth 2 for bidding, and some of them are worth 1. The ones that are worth 2 will just go away once they're used. I mean, you can't choose not to use them, so you're going to use them. But you don't really have control on how you're bidding, because in a 2-player game especially, you're using another color. So it's like, well, now you have to plan for this other color that will help you bid. However, that will then take place on the tile for the majority control. So the main problem is the lack of agency. Yeah. It's just, for me, it's uninspired. There's nothing really interesting going on. I prefer other abstract games. This is fairly fiddly with all the little bits floating around everywhere, and it's not great 2-player. And that could be that it's just better with more players, but for me, it's just like, do I care to play it with more players, or should I just play, I don't know, any other game over here? Like, it's tile placement game, which Steph likes, but you can't rotate the tiles. So it's however the tiles come out, you're bidding on the orientation of these tiles, the way that they are, and you get to place them, and you're trying to block off these roads or make connections to make the roads bigger. It's just, it's fine. It's not, it will fit in the primary rainbow because it works as a game and it's fine. It's just unexciting. There we go. So that's my example of that kind of game, which we probably won't show on stream because we're not going to be excited about it. So it doesn't make sense to show something if we're not going to, like, give it our all, it's like, and I don't want to, have false reactions and stuff. Kind of like Sparkle Unicorn Quest or whatever. Like, the game is fine. It was 5 minutes to make a video, and then we gave all of our real opinions after we did the video. I wanted to make sure that they had a video to use for the Kickstarter if they wanted to. That wasn't, like, all negative. But the game itself is just, like, not fun. It's not, like, a game. I mean, it's fine, but yeah. So I can't block with stuff. So if I bid more to take a tile that won't be placed first because it's now the bigger bids, that's Umbra Via. So yeah, I can't block what Steph wanted to do. The bidding is fine. I don't have a problem so much with the bidding, but I just think the game is just not great. That's all. It's fine. It's fine. It's a game. Okay, so the next game I tried out, Michael says, but if I can't rotate a tile, I can't undo anything that's been set in motion. Being willing to keep to yourself in a game, if a game isn't for you, so that you're helping out a Kickstarter with a video is amazing. Well, yeah, I want to do that. I want to help a Kickstarter, especially if they sent me the game. But sometimes if it's just not, if it's something we just can't play, then because of whatever reason, rules are just not fun or whatever, we won't do it. But, you know, Magical Unicorn Quest was easy, harmless. It's not winning any awards or anything, but it's just like, okay, we can show it. Like, we can do that. Yeah. Yeah. All what Michael said, that's all very true. So so we have a responsibility to show the publisher's games as it is, but a responsibility to you guys to let you know whether you'll like it. Exactly. And even though Magical Unicorn Quest isn't the best game for us, it doesn't mean it's not great for a family with, like, 3 small girls. You know, girls will love, like, little unicorns and the rainbows and cotton candy. And, I mean, the theme is fun, which is why I agreed to play it, because I like that. I mean, I like colorful, happy themes like that. That's cute. And, you know, it's not going to work for strategy gamers, and that's fine. It's going to work for families with smaller kids. Right. Michael said. A game I got to check out. That's true, Michael. Very true. Without everybody, we wouldn't even been doing this. That's right. We played Keystone, by we, I mean, I played it online on Tabletopia with Dan and Shrey. We played a game called Keystone North America. And I believe this is on Kickstarter or went to Kickstarter. It's definitely still in prototype form. I don't know when and if this is going to Kickstarter. This was not a review game that they asked me to check out or anything. I have no idea about any of that information. But some of the tiles still said work in progress on it. So the artwork is still being created for this game. So it's clearly a prototype form. We would have never guessed you like rainbows. That's right. So I played this game. It's a tile drafting game where there's a lineup of tiles. And if you want, like, the third tile in, you're going to have to pay acorns to get to that third tile so you can take it. You're creating a 4x4 grid of these tiles, and you're trying to place them in a way that will help you score as many points as possible. The artwork is phenomenal. There's also, if you don't want to take a tile on your turn, you can also do one of the 5 available actions that are in the game. Those will change from game to game also. So I really like this. Dan did not like this because he thinks, so there are cards with keys on them, and if you get the keys, there are tiles with keys on them, and that will be essentially a multiplier for your score. So, like, if you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to get 4 points. But if you have a key, that's now going to be 8 points. And if you have a second key on one of these tiles, you're going to, get 12 points. So getting these keys is super important, and it will boost your score. And so Dan decided he didn't want any keys. Not entirely true. He got 3. But he said none of the key tiles worked in his favor, so he never got them or whatever. It didn't fit into his grid pattern. Well, sometimes you just have to kind of give up your grid pattern to get the keys to, one, keep them away from the next person, especially if it works in perfectly with mine. I had 7 keys at the end of the game, and I basically doubled their scores, Shrey and Dan, because they both had like 2 or 3 keys. So yeah, keys are important. It is called Keystone, so I think they're kind of supposed to be important. So he says he doesn't like when a mechanic forces you to do something. And I get that. Yeah, if it's not in your plans to get a key tile because there's another tile there, you want that tile instead, or whatever the reason may be, you don't want the keys, that's fine. But then, they got personal best. Exactly. So yeah, the key tiles are fairly important, especially if one person gets most of them. I get what he's saying. I still had a great time playing it because I like drafting tiles. I like trying to puzzle out how my board's going to look and how I can score the best combos that I can. So for me, that game worked a lot better than, say, Umbravia. Just because, I like trying to make my own thing work. Having my personal board. I like that. So that's just a personal preference, but yeah. Then today's blog, we had, the Friday blog. On the Friday blogs, I try and put games that I'm just not that interested in. They're just almost like throwaway games. It's not to say I don't put good games on Friday. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I just don't. So today we talked about Zodiac Clash. This was on the unplayed shelf. Another very abstract Failure Fridays. Maybe. So Zodiac Clash is an abstract game where you're trying to line the stars. You're trying to get 4 stars in your color to align on the zodiac planets system that they have got going on here. Now the game production quality is really good. I really like the shiny holographic cards. I like the little the astrological signs in standee form. I think it all looks really nice. But it's a very big, overproduced game for a very light, sort of abstract game. No, it's not a keeper. Yeah, I'm glad I tried it. Michael hated it because it's just an abstract. Zodiac Flush. It's a pretty mess then. Yeah. It's fine. Glad to have tried it. I got it in a trade, and now it's going to go on the sale pile. That's what happens on the Friday blog, everybody. The next game, $10.39 on Amazon. See for yourself. Okay, Michael. I guess if you want to buy Zodiac Clash. No, now you know somebody who has it for sale, so you can come talk to me. Way to talk up those games you're selling. No, wait, buy yours. That's right, buy ours. Another game that I got to learn with Shrey and Dan was a game called Switch and Signal. This game is a train game. It's a cooperative train game, which had me interested from when I first heard about it. So I was glad I could finally try it out. It is on Tabletopia, and it's one I've been wanting to try for a while. So it was a... I need a drink. I'm parched. Guys, I'm parched. I'm losing my voice. Okay. Switch and Signal 2020 came out last year. Time to caffeinate. Yeah, I need more. Time to stop smoking cigarettes. Yeah, I don't smoke cigarettes. I do not do that. So Switch and Signal from last year came out. And it was a really easy experience. I can see how rolling the dice and you might get really unlucky, but Dan, Shrey, and I worked really well together to make it all happen. We had 6 or 7 cards left over at the end of the game, and that's really good. Dan didn't like it. He said there was no tension at all. It's more of a puzzle game to make sure everything is connected and works and get trains going where you need them to go. It's a cooperative game. There wasn't much tension. The tension is making sure that you could have everything ready for when the next trains come out and how you can manage to get those cubes and deliver them where they need to go. So for me, that's fine. It's more of a puzzle. There was a comment on my blog saying the solo game it's a really great solo game. So if you're looking for a solo game, I guess this is a really good puzzle type game. I liked it just fine. I liked it more than the next game I'm going to talk about, I think. So let's see. I have a way to make trains go where they're supposed to go. It's called rails. That's right. That's right. Oh, it replements the old 2014 version. I didn't even know that there was a 2014 version, so that's interesting. Don't railroad stuff. Yeah, don't railroad me. All right, so Dan and Shrey also played a new roll and write game with me. Dan had print and play version of it that we could play, and so I was playing on a digital pad, if you will. It's Hashi, Hashi, Hashi. And this is a new one from NSV, that game company. Hashi, yep. And it's underwhelming for me. You're going to see all but one card in the game, and you're trying to put numbers on different islands, and the numbers are the number of bridges that you're going to need to extend off of the island. No more, no less. And so you're trying to place these bridges to make all the numbers happen and fulfill all the requirements of the islands. It was fine. I'm definitely glad. Oh my god. Bad joke. Bad joke. Did I say a bad joke? I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but thanks for that, Michael. Thanks for the bit. Every bit helps. Every bit helps. Oh, Michael said a bad joke. Okay. So the game was okay. It's better than Werfel Land Dice, or whatever the other NSV game was. So apparently there's a harder board or other boards, which is probably more interesting than the base board, which was just like, whatever. It was fine. It's whoever gets the bonuses first will win sort of thing, because everybody's pretty much going to have a similar board. But if you can plan it where you can get the bonuses before other players, you get a lead. And so that's what happened. Dan got the bonuses before Shrey and I, and he got a lead. Shrey and I tied, and Dan beat us by a few points. So that, I don't know. For me, it was whatever. I don't think I need to play it again, but I would. Timon doesn't love me. No, it's like Werfel Land. It's a white box with a pretty rainbow like land on it with a world. Werfel Land. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So that game I really, really hated. I really didn't like it. And that's really too bad because it has rainbows and colors and stuff. But I did not like that game at all. Hashi is at least a better game than that. So, And then finally, the last game that I talked about in my blog today was Lagrange, No Siesta. God, this game is so bad. It's so bad. I keep saying I'm never going to play it again. And then I play it again, and then I regret playing it. And I probably played it 4 or 5 times. Derek's like, I wanted it to be good. He wanted to play it, and that's fine. I totally wanted to play it because Derek had wanted to play it. It showed up on Yucata.de. Derek hadn't played it. He really loves Lagrange. We all really love Lagrange in our group there. So, I get wanting to play it. But the game is just so bad. And there was actually a really great suggestion on my blog today where if you're playing and you find the game runs long, like I always find the game that runs like 45 minutes. It doesn't matter what, like I'm trying to rush it. I take hats every turn. It still somehow always lasts 45 minutes, which is like far, far, far too long for this game. I mean, we could have played a game of Oracle at Delphi in that time, Derek. I mean, we could have. And so there was a suggestion from somebody, because they had the same problem where it just runs really long. And he said that if every time you take a hat, it moves up 2 spaces, play it that way. It will leave you with not being able to do everything, because right now, the way the game is, you can do whatever you want and fulfill it and do more and more, and you can fulfill that. I mean, there's just like, you can do whatever. I mean, literally the game lasts forever. So if you move the hat twice every time you collect a hat, then the game end will come twice as fast, because obviously you're moving it twice. And so it will leave you like, really trying to get what you need in the time of the game. And then it won't leave you with like, I have not, like, I've done everything, whatever. So hats are important too. So I think I would actually like it a lot more with this guy's variant. And so if I play it again, hopefully not, but if I play it again, I think it's actually going to be included. So No Siesta is actually going to be included with Board and Dice's new deluxe edition. So it might be in the box with it. I don't really know much about what Board and Dice is doing. I just know that it's happening. I think it might be included inside the box. So everybody's going to be playing it. I'm like, if I play it again, it's going to be with this rule. There are threads that mention that people fill out the entire scorecard, especially with 2 players. It's, Michael, I'm telling you, the way the game is played right now is just not good. There needs to be an alternate way for the game to end, or something. Or you move the hats double time. And then I can see it actually working. We will need to push double hats. Yeah, and so it makes it totally unplayable on yukata.de, in my opinion. Like, so I'm not going to go back and play the move. You can't move the hats double time in yukata without breaking it or something. I don't know. They were just waiting for more hats so the game could end. That's been my experience every play of No Siesta. All right, 2-player counter timer variants. All these links that Michael's putting in the chat right here are really good. So, what did this say? Variant. Add counter timer for 2-player game. Add a neutral disc color to the Siesta board. If the hat is not rolled, then the neutral disc advances 1 hat. 3, if the hat is rolled, the neutral disc is not advanced. 4, the game ends when the neutral disc reaches the last space at the end of the round. Once it happens, the game ends. 5, if a player disc reaches the last space before the neutral disc, then the game ends, as their official rules. Yeah, but even that is not good enough. I mean, yeah, it works if you don't roll any hats, which I've been in games where you just don't roll hats ever. I'm like, well, the game could literally never end. Someone else mentioned taking hats to pressure the other players. Yeah, but even still, I was doing that in our game. I took hats every chance I could in the game with Derek and Shrey. And I wasn't pressuring anybody. Like, it's just... the hat track is just too long. And it makes it... You're not pressuring anybody. You're advancing slowly. It's a slow advance. It's not like... I took hats and Shrey didn't care. Shrey was just, yeah, it's true. I mean, I ended up winning that game, but it's just... Yeah, I mean, Derek was almost done with the hat track as well. Hello, legends. Welcome, welcome. More restrictive variant. No Siesta definitely needs a more restrictive or different ending or anything else to make it better. Because it looks like if you're looking at the sheet, it looks like you can do lots of comboing and stuff. But no, it's really just a static draft a die, fill in a bubble. Draft a die, fill in a bubble. There are very, very limited combos that you can create in this game to make any sort of progress. There are some. Don't get me wrong, there are some, but it's not like it's not going to keep your engine going and power through, because once you finish something, then you're like, okay, now what? It's not like it's going to ramp up and you keep going and you make it better and better. It's now we finished it. Now I have to focus on something else. Woo. Yeah, I really, really don't like this game. I put my rating way down. I had it higher, but the more I play it, the more I really just don't like it. So, not so combo-tastic. Legends is like, can I be in the chat even though I'm team horizontal? So yesterday we went to Defoob's channel and we were talking about how do you keep your games? Do you store them horizontal or vertical? And I try and keep them vertical, as you can like sort of see over here. But then you kind of see, oh, now there's some vertical down there. I just don't have space. I just don't have space to keep them. It's a little ruined it. I just don't have space to keep them vertical. All of the non-square boxes, they don't sit great on the shelf, because if they are laying flat, there is more. It can take up more space. So I have a lot of them flat because I just need more shelves. The truth is out. The truth is out. What? Oh, Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany. You're there? Which game? I joined later. Oh, we were talking about No Siesta, La Granja No Siesta. And it's just a roll and write that I really just don't like at all. I just don't like it. Oh, yeah, I love Fleet Dice. Fleet Dice is great. We should actually probably play that on the stream sometime. I know that there's an expansion, and I haven't yet acquired that, so I should look into that as well. But I do love that. You're over Fleet Dice? Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I love drafting. I love drafting dice, so that game works for me. I love drafting in general. But, yeah, we were just talking about if you're a horizontal or vertical storage keeper. You can have my fleet and I will have your siesta. I sold siesta long ago. Oh my god, what are you doing?
All of your favorites. Horizontal. Look at this. Gink. Horizontal. Feast for Odin. Horizontal. Look at this. All of the Caverna horizontal. Underwater cities horizontal.
They don't go vertical.
Yes, they do.
I don't trick you.
Yes. They go. They can go vertical. But you like them. That's why they're horizontal. Because you love them the most.
Well, one, I can't do several vertical.
Marco Polo. Horizontal. 1 and 2. I see this.
It's because they don't stand upright.
You love them the most.
No.
Yes,
So the thing with Fields of Arle is that it's in an open expansion. It won't go vertical.
Fields of Arle horizontal. You could if you wanted to. You know why? Component preservation.
We're not talking about this.
Because you're like, oh no, we're going to start vertical because that's the best way to do it. No, you store all your favorites horizontal because you love them.
No, because it's more space. We need more shelves.
If we had more shelves, would you put these vertical? No.
Some of them.
No. The truth is out.
Some of them.
Dominant species. Horizontal.
Oh, sorry, Bree. Tell Zen Racer the link, and then we'll put it in the link for you. Shut it! Shut it. No thanks. No thanks.
No thanks. Oh my goodness.
Uh,
How does your background look?
are they also organized? Weirdnin. All the games are organized. All of them, including Warehouse. We organized Warehouse yesterday. All of them are organized. Nothing is Wanchi Bao Zhao. Oh my goodness. I'm doing another wave of the key games. You want in on the wave? Yeah, of course. Is it gonna... So, I noticed that they have different waves. Like, different difficulties. Is the next one gonna be the next level up, Tiffany? Or what? I'll send you murder. I'm guessing that's a little bit more challenge, like not necessarily challenging, but more advanced. Because if murder isn't the title, it's not going to be geared towards smaller kids. It's a medium. Gotcha. Cool. Nakosu Dice. I played it. I liked it. I thought it was really weird. It's a weird dice game for sure. It's been a while since I played it, but I have played it. Exactly. Filthy little hobbitses. Tricky hobbitses. Cool. Murder sounds great, Tiffany. Thank you. Medium weight. I could play that. I could play it like solo with the stream. They can help me out because I'm not really bright. It's definitely weird. That's part of why I love it so much. Yeah, I love Japanese games for that reason because they're always like a little bit outside the box. I try and play a lot of Japanese games whenever I can. We love games. Lucky Llama Land. That was really cute. That was a cute game. Yeah. So that was all the games I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about some games that came in. I got some games this week. So let's talk about those. I got this little game right here. Duel of Wands. Funny story about this one. We were like, oh, we could on Wednesday we could play a game night with all like wizard games. We were gonna play Fantastic Beasts. We were gonna play like Harry Potter House Champions, and we're gonna play this because it's a wizard kind of game. Be there in a minute. Okay, and so we're going to play this. However, we played it, and it's not great. So, it's fine. It's fine. It's a fine little 2-player game. But it is very much a duel game. Isn't that Tiffany's on the cover? You know, I can kind of see it. So the cover is cool. The actual wizard cards are a little bit bland. It's a popular hairstyle now. But you know, it's a fine little card game. I think that Renegade has put out better 2-player card games recently than this one. Like, I much prefer a game like Stellar or even Fox in the Forest, Duet card games. This one for me is probably end up not being a keeper. I don't know. Is the green screen off? Green screen is on that camera over there. Yes, it is off. But, yeah. I mean, it was good to try. So this review will come out in a little while. But, it will still be in the Monday blog for sure. A game I'm more excited about just because of the cover and the artwork is this game called Equinox. Look how beautiful this is. I don't really know. Oh, it's a Reiner Knizia game. What? I didn't even know. Well. I'm not really sure how it plays or what's it about or anything, but we'll probably be showing this off at some point. I know, isn't it beautiful? It is lovely. It is super lovely. This is Plan B. I looked at that yesterday. I know. I actually don't know much about it, but now that I know it's Reiner Knizia, that could be really good. There's 2 covers. It looks like Princess Mononoke, which is my favorite Ghibli film. Duly noted, everybody. Yeah, I agree. It does. It reminds me of a Ghibli-esque game. So I'm very excited to check this one out. I'm not sure what the difference between the covers is. The titles and the backs are the same. So you know how Plan B does that sometimes? They have like the Gollum edition of Spice Road, and then they have like Spice Road. Maybe it's a similar type of thing, but if it's the same theme, maybe it's just a different cover. But I don't actually know the answer to that. Oh, hey, the other cover. Michael put in a link. Which is better? Which is the better cover? That's what I need to know. I need to know. Bold Game Geek. Emma's too quick. Stag versus troll. Oh, the stag is so much better than a troll. All day, every day. But yeah, it looks really great. Definitely excited to play that. The next game, that I like the stag too. That came in that I'm excited to check out is Excavation Earth. This is the new David Turksey design from Mighty Boards. It's a big, huge game. It's a big, huge game. I have no idea what it's very much about, but it's wicked heavy. But I expect it's a bit lighter than his other games. It doesn't feel lighter, Derek. It feels like 5 pounds. And of course, there's a solo play, as you would expect a David Turksey game to have. So definitely be checking that out really soon. Jeez, it's definitely like 5 pounds. That's a big game. I promise I won't drop Turksey today. Name drop Turksey. Right. Whatever you say. All right, and then we get what everybody's been playing. Red Rising. Red, red rising. Stay close to me. Don't let me be colorblind. Look how pretty! It's so pretty. It's prettyful. It's rainbows. A lot of people have been playing this. It seems to have gotten pretty good response so far. And look at this. It's a wolf. Pretty boring. No, it's pretty. It's prettyful. Will there be an orange rising and a yellow rising? You never know. You never know. Based on the novels by Pierce Brown. I did not read the novel. I know people were preemptively reading it before the game came out. Fantasy Realms is so good. That was totally random, Derek. Did we talk about Fantasy Realms? I have it over on my 3-player bin that I need to play. And I do like Fantasy Realms, but it's just a little, random. Maybe I should read it. I like dystopian future novels. So, yeah, that's the new Stonemaier. That's the new Stonemaier game. We'll be checking that out at some point. That's all I have for you guys today. In my free time. Well, I am going up to Maine I'm going up to Maine, so you'll have tons of free time. But you're going to stream for Scott, because that's what you do when I'm not here. Dystopian reality? I don't know. Alright, so now that I have everybody's attention, you can all submit your channel points, because we have a new channel point monthly challenge for space-themed games. Get in your points now while you can, while I'm still streaming. You can supply those points if you want to see a game night full of space-themed games. Red Rising is a hand management combo building game, so it's a bit similar. I didn't think it was a deck builder, otherwise I might try and get it played for the deck builder game night, but Leroy Jenkins. Just throwing 5,000 at Leroy. Maybe I ruined it by saying it. Oops. Alright guys, well, I think that ends today's stream, but I will be right back. Yeah, every bit counts. That's right, Derek. Oh, Scott. That is right. He used bits on the drum. Drum. Alright, we'll be right back.